Oh, it's
That
done.
was weird.
We need a like at the end of that. We need something that says, "Here's Johnny."
You work on that and then get back to me, and I'll upload it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on that right now. Hold
Right
on.
now.
Let me do it right now. That's what I'm gonna do because I can do that. Actually, I'm gonna test my family to watch my dang show.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going to turn the volume down on my phone. And what are people talking about here? Oh, never mind.
Nobody. So let me start off by
No
saying
one's watching us?
nobody. No, besides that,
Huh.
nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody wants to talk to me until I'm busy.
Yeah, that happens. That
Why?
happens.
Why is that? Like I do work at work
Yeah,
where I have plenty of time to talk to whoever I need to at any time, forever how long.
yeah, yeah.
But the moment I get busy, everybody and their mom wants to call and talk to me and message me and ask me questions and I'm just like, what?
You're Mr. Popular when that happens. And they
That's
don't
not
need you any other time but that time. Sorry for that
man,
noise.
because like so I was in a photo shoot today, and then
Okay.
my phone just kept buzzing and going off, and my client was like, "Hey, do you need to take some of those phone calls?" I was like, "No."
How embarrassing,
I was
dude.
like, "No, I do not need to take those people's phone calls because they should have called me earlier."
And they're like, oh,
Because
maybe they're calling you back. And you're like, well, they should have answered when I called them.
right, it's like they can leave a voicemail, they can leave a message, and then
Agreed.
of course it's just like, and then I'm like trying to catch up while they're while the client's changing clothes or whatever, and I'm just like, is this rude? It shouldn't be rude, right? I should be able to. Okay, so I don't think so.
I think
All
it's rude, but not on purpose. Oh, just like a while ago. So when I heard the ping on my phone when the show was starting, I
mm-hmm.
turned it off so that there would be no pings during the show, so that none of the viewers can hear any of that. So I think on your side, you should have turned the ringer down and off, or the vibration off. Stop it. Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Harville. Are you
Hey,
editing tonight?
Johnny.
Oh, look, first time commenter, long time viewer.
All right. So let me get started because let me just tell you. Okay. I was actually getting stuff ready on my other screen so we could talk about topics tonight,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking over here and I pulled up uh, the website that I use to kind of talk about certain topics, right? The first thing on there, I read it real quick. I glanced over it real fast, and I'm like, man. So let me ask you this, Joe. What do you think? This story is basically the guy. He's like they're in their early 30s. They just had their firstborn child about a month and a half ago, and they're in the middle of selling their house. And they've been married since 2014, but dated since they were 2009. She was not feeling well and had taken the day off and asked him to meet her at the house to come just look after her, right? So he goes, and then she drops on him that she cheated on him 7 years ago. There's a lot more to it in there and stuff. It, Nothing. I mean, there's more details from him, his feelings and stuff like that, and his, how
Oh,
his world has been, but nothing that's like he deserved to get cheated on. There's no mention of any of that kind of stuff or whatever. So I was just reading this, and I'm just like, what the heck? So, do you think in this scenario, say this is your buddy or your brother or whoever, someone they just told you this happened to them? Do you think they should have been told? Do you think 7 years? 7 years is a while. They were married during the 7 years, and he recalls the person even, and some of the other stuff. But do you think? And you guys chime in too in the comments. Do you oppose or approve of telling the spouse that they were cheated on, however many years ago? In this story, it's 7 years, but I mean, what do you think?
I
What's
don't
running through your
know.
mind?
That's blowing my mind actually, and I'm just like, why would you tell me this now? That would be my only question. I was like, if it was just a fling or something, obviously it was just a fling because 7 years ago. Is there something like, are you rekindling that, or what's going on? And does it just were you just melting with guilt or something? Is that why you wanted to tell me now?
I would wonder that too, because from his perspective, he was like, I thought we had the perfect relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were doing, and that's not to say that they are not doing great in the moment, right?
Right.
And 7 years ago, there was something else. But
look at these comments here.
what do they say?
Oh, John Harville's telling us what he's doing tonight, and then,
Okay.
John said yes, she would be bi.
Be
And
bi.
then Joanne says she already misses Sandy.
You didn't even be here for like 2 seconds.
You're not even giving us a chance here.
No kidding.
You know, it was our show before Sandy came in.
Right. Like one day, but yet it was still, we started this shindig.
Right, exactly.
So
Not saying anything against you, Sandy. Of course.
no, you're awesome, Sandy.
Yeah,
We miss
Sandy
you.
is awesome.
Be safe. Say a prayer for tonight for her because they are traveling closer to my neck of the woods, but not really that close. Actually, the same distance between Lubbock and Dallas is where they are from where I am right now.
Yeah, they're in Missouri. They're heading to Missouri. What?
Well, I wasn't
They're
trying
heading
to broadcast
Missouri.
all her business and everything. I let her share.
I said Missouri. I didn't tell exactly where in Missouri they were going to be.
So anyway, isn't that crazy though? 7 years and you're going to tell me that you cheated on me now?
I don't know. I think I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Really? You would, Joe?
I think so because unless there's something that's happened on, like we were having bad times the whole time or something like that, I'd be like, you know what? That was 7 years ago. If you really cared for that person, I guess you would have stuck with them instead of me. So I was like, it's fine. It's whatever. If it feels good for you, okay.
Uh-huh.
Unless we have a 7-year-old kid, then I'm gonna be
Okay, so then, yeah, now that I would definitely be, whatever.
Right.
But, so the guy is like, he feels like and I've seen this type of post repeatedly. And people are like, I feel like my future or my now past and even today is all been predicated on this giant lie. Like you got the good stuff out of it from the other relationship and me. And now you're dropping this on my lap X amount of years later for me to whatever, like you said.
To do what with it?
Right. And that's my point. That's my point right there. Like you want to clear your conscience. This is one of those things where you speak with your friends or the minister or something, and you like, you probably need to keep this to yourself. I think, unless there's, you got something sick that came from that, or you had a kid out of that, you know what I mean, or something like that.
Right.
And I've seen stories like that too, Joe. Like there have been people who are like, I just found out the 3-year-old that I've loved forever is not mine.
Yeah.
And it's like, man.
And that's tough because you love that kid like it was your kid.
You do.
It was your kid. In your head.
Yeah, for all
intents and purposes, that was your kid.
Yes. And I've seen that there's a Judge Judy or something like that on there where they're doing that, where the woman, when they say you're not the father,
right.
She is cheering. She screams and cheers and jumps in a circle real fast. And then she's like, hush your mouth. And then she stops real fast. She goes, I'm sorry. But during that whole cheering time, the man who just found this out, like he just breaks, Joe.
Yeah. They're
he
beside
just
themselves
broke.
because they're just like, man, I couldn't even imagine, man. Like, that scenario is totally different from the scenario you're just talking about. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, all right. Wait, so what's for dinner?
You're good, though, man. I will give you that. You're good because I would have to have some. I would have to be like, I'm going to leave the house for a few weeks or something like that. Let me process this.
I don't know. I just think that I would be like, so is it important to you to tell me this, or what are you expecting from me from this? And if it's gone 7 years and we're still doing our thing, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna, I don't know. I just feel like am I gonna waste energy on this?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so let's let's go make some tacos or something. I don't know. I could be totally in the wrong though. I don't know. It's just hard for me to imagine something like that.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna drop a bomb like that so many years later, I'm just like, okay, well, all right.
You would think you'd
the
be
new
like,
episode of Mandalorian's on. You want to watch it?
so you're not going to be like, okay, so now I get a free card for something. I don't know what.
And see, and that's the thing too. Like, if I was the person telling that, it's like now they're going to have one on me this whole time. It's like this whole time. So you're just making it. You're making it for yourself even worse.
It's so weird, right? It's so weird. So, anyway. Okay.
I'm just like, I don't know. I just
Okay.
It's
That's
yeah.
cool.
That's like that is really hard for me to even guess.
So Joanne says, not Judge Judy, Jamie. She wouldn't put up with BS. You're dismissed.
Right, yeah,
The judge that did this on that clip that I saw, she was pissed though. Don't get me wrong. I lessened it down, but she was pissed. It was really
yeah, and that's not even right for the woman to be celebrating like that. She just destroyed
and that's
that
what
whole
the
guy's
judge was like.
universe.
The judge
not
was
even
like,
the world, but his
that man
universe.
loved that girl. That man loved your daughter. That
Not
man
even
was
loved, he
breaking his
loves.
back. Yeah,
He
like he
loves.
was living like an hour away or something like that, some distance, and she was like, he's traveling every day to
Yeah.
be there for her, and all the. I mean, she just laid it out. She was like, now you've got no man. Now you don't even know who that daughter's father really is, and she was like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. And for me as a man, that would be hard for me too to just drop someone out of my life like that I've
Ooh.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You made a connection. You've raised them for 4 to 5 years or whatever. I don't know if I can
can't.
do
I can't.
that. It's
All
like-
right.
It's like we may not be father-daughter in blood.
Right.
But you're my daughter.
And that goes to that whole family dynamic, right? Like I was listening to that earlier this week too about how people, we choose who our family is. It doesn't mean that because they're blood that automatically makes you family.
Right, exactly.
So I give that. What you got? I'm gonna look at the hashtags again so I can make sure I stay on track.
What were our hashtags? Oh, tell us what's going on with our guest. Why we don't have a guest tonight.
Oh, that's right. So if y'all remember, we were gonna have Chef Casey. I'm really bad with names. Sorry. Yeah, Chef Casey was gonna come on tonight, right? But I was talking with her. I didn't realize that a week or two ago they aired 2 episodes, or this past weekend they aired 2 episodes back to back, and so that means that this Saturday we'll air the season finale. So we're going to have her come on next week so that we can talk about the juicy bits of the show and everything else. You know what I mean?
Right. So exactly. Hey,
that's
I think we do have a guest though. Okay. We do have a guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just couldn't leave y'all hanging.
Right.
I didn't feel like we were hanging, but I like when you're here.
No, I felt like y'all were drowning and y'all needed me.
Wait, what show were you watching, Sid? So how's Missouri?
Oh my gosh. So it's like cold. It's 55 degrees here.
Yeah.
I left, it was 91 degrees when I left, so I'm wearing shorts. And then
I was going to say 55 is shorts weather. What are you talking about?
No.
Yes,
No,
Andy. Yes.
no.
I told Eric, I hope we don't get excited thinking that I'm a prostitute changing in the car or something.
You'll look just normal. Oh wait, changing in the car. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Changing in the car.
What do they call those lizards? Lounge?
Lot lizards.
Lizards. There you go.
Well, I just said I didn't want to look like a toot slanging canal, but y'all may not know what that is.
So I had asked everyone for some salmon tips earlier. Did y'all see that on my Facebook page by any chance?
Yes.
I got a lot of replies on there. I was not expecting that. I had asked, I was looking for some chef friends, right? I have a few chef friends on my Facebook, and I was like, what's the tips to making the good salmon with the crispy skin on there, right? And I got a lot of good responses. And some of these, I was doing it backwards. I always put it with the fish side down, and then finish with the skin side down. And I knew it was wrong because every time the fish would just shred.
Right.
I was bad at it. I was really bad at it. So anyway, people corrected me. They said, here were some of the tips. They said they're like, cook it with the skin side down first for the longest. Turn the heat high heat when you place the fish on there. Turn it like medium heat, and that'll make sure that the fish stays crisp. And they're like, push it down, make sure it stays on it so that you get the crispy skin. And then when you flip it, or leave it there for like 5 to 7 minutes. When you flip it over, leave it there for like 1 to 2 minutes. Turn it down more or off even. Finish it out. And then serve it with the crispy side, the skin up. And man, it was good. It was good.
You serve
that
it with
skin.
the crispy side up?
That's what some people did.
Do you use lemon pepper for your seasoning, or what seasoning do you use?
So,
'Cause my family loves the lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper is good. I agree with that. But I also feel it's a little level 1-ish, if that makes sense. So I feel like lemon pepper is level 1. I feel like just straight up lemon juice is level 2. That's just me. I'm not saying I think of that of everyone. But now I've graduated to dill butter. But it's dill and a little bit of salt because I use unsalted butter, and then Parmesan cheese, and mix all that up, and then pour it on the fish.
Stick to lemon pepper.
I'm gonna stick to
Y'all
lemon
are,
pepper.
and that's what happens when you stay in Texas so long. Is it's always well done, and it's lemon pepper. So
Well done.
and ranch, which I can't argue with ranch. It's really good.
The name of the show is Paternity Court.
Oh, okay.
And then
Thanks, John.
said it was bad, so Sandy is glad to hear, and then be safe, Sandy.
Thank you, Chon.
Aw.
And then I'm supposed to sock you one.
Me?
Yeah, that's what,
For what though?
For
for
saying
telling me that
about
I'm basic.
lemon pepper.
That's you just said I'm basic. You just called me a basic.
I didn't say
Asian.
you were basic. I just said I see that way. In my world.
You said level 1.
Level 1. What's wrong with that? There are a lot of college students who live in level 1. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it.
These backhanded compliments. Have you been hanging out with the producer?
Another tip was they said to score the fish so that when you put it on the fish side, it actually cooks through. Because that's been another problem I've always had is I can't get the temperatures right, and I end up either burning that sucker and raw in the middle.
Did you get a fresh fillet of salmon and then chop it up, or did you?
Yeah. So it's a pain cutting through the skin too. It's really a pain. And I have some good knives that I don't let anyone use. It was a pain with those things.
No, somebody's used them.
Yeah. As evident by the hole that's in the blade. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with people. I actually need to call Shikara and ask them to replace it for free because it's lifetime warranty on that.
Is it a Cutco?
No, Shikara. It's the original Ginsu. America called it Ginsu, but its actual whatever was Shikara.
So, Dandy, what takes you to Missouri?
Cade. Cade has brought us to Branson, Missouri. He is going to be doing some band stuff. And I only know band stuff because he's a boy, and I honestly have no idea what he's going to be doing. So,
Is it for UIL?
Huh?
Is it for UIL?
Sure. I'm just here being a supportive mom.
Right, exactly. So they're performing in one of the big stadiums or a big pack?
I mean, thank you. Again, we don't know anything about anything. We just knew that he was going to be here. They left at 6:00 this morning. We didn't leave until like 9.
I saw your post when you asked where he was at. He's like, "We're on the bus."
He's like, I'm like, are y'all there? He's like, we're on the road. I'm like, that's not even what I asked you. Like, what? So I keep telling him, send me your location because his Life 360 doesn't work. And he doesn't do it to where it's like constantly sending it to me. He has to send
He has to actually share it.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, hit the share. And then he just sends his current location. So.
Okay.
He's blonde. He's so blonde. He doesn't even read the whole question. He just assumes he knows what you're asking. Oh my gosh, he's my son.
You're like, there's no doubt there. No doubt there.
No, I don't need a paternity court. I'll tell you that much. Or a
Right.
maternity court.
You're good there.
We're good there. We're good there.
I always forget where to find the posts that I save.
I see guitars in the background there, Mr.
I know
Pineapples.
there's like it's more visible there now.
Yeah, so those are old school Guitar Hero controllers, the Wii controllers. I'm looking for an Explorer 360, which was the 360 controller for Guitar Hero.
Oh,
Joe used to have a Ford Explorer.
I did. It was black. I didn't like it. I'm glad.
I loved my Ford Explorer until my brother broke it. Literally broke it. I think we went to that dumb trip when we were all younger. And when I came back and my family left me when they moved out of the house without me knowing.
Hey, Ulysses.
Hey, Ulysses.
Thanks
Are you and
for
your wife,
joining.
are y'all watching together or is it just you tonight? But when I was asking where my vehicle was, my mom said, your brother broke it. I was like, like he got in a wreck? And she was like, no, he broke it. And I'm like,
It
I'm
just,
confused. Like, what does that even
Like
mean?
it's a little toy and it snapped in.
Yeah.
like,
Apparently, as he's
so
driving
one of the
down,
tires just like fell off.
I was like, "What does that mean, Mom?" She's like, "It's where." I was like, "Where is the vehicle?" And it was on Slide Road. I think he had tried to shift gears while driving,
And dropped the transmission.
and the pistons. I think maybe it was the pistons that had gotten bent out and everything. And so it was like,
So
to get to the
basically-
pistons, you got to go through the engine block, and
So
to do,
basically, he broke it.
yeah. And I was just like,
so
oh
they were
my
technically
God.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
They broke it.
yeah.
So Ulysses.
Oh, they're both
and his-
there.
Yeah, they're there.
Nice.
Oh, hey, Bautistas. Thanks
Yep.
for hopping in here.
Bautistas.
You got to give, if y'all haven't, go check out Marla's TED Talk. She did a TED Talk on the homelessness situation, and she was fantastic on it. So,
Oh, awesome.
Really?
yeah, it's been
Was it a TEDx
how long
or-
was it? Yeah, how long was it though? It's been about a month or two. No, not a month. Actually, it was probably back in January, even I think. So I might be a little off.
Speaking of TED Talks, we were supposed to give our impromptu TED Talk at some point.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to see how long we could talk without saying
Oh,
I feel like you're doing fine. Y'all are fantastic at it. Excellent.
We are
Stupendous.
fantastic.
Spectacular.
She said hello,
Nice.
and it was in December.
So,
So about a month ago.
okay, December. Yeah.
Anita.
Thanks for coming on. All right.
Hi, Anita.
Have y'all
Sorry
been
I'm a bit late,
following?
but we can start the show now. Thank you, Anita.
Yes.
Thank you so much for allowing us to start the show now.
Okay. Have y'all heard anything else? Any updates on the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case?
No,
No,
but I
that's
think we're about to.
Okay, great. I went back and was watching some of the highlights. I need to catch up because Johnny Depp took the stand yesterday. So it's his first time we get to hear his side of the story directly from his mouth. So all day yesterday, all day today, we hear him. And let me tell you, there's a secret recording where she basically says something to the effect, she was like, I didn't punch you, I slapped you. And it's pretty damaging to her, okay? In no particular order, let me just tell you some of the things that Johnny revealed, okay? He revealed how one time after an argument, when he woke up in the morning, came to his bed, and he noticed something. And he undid the sheets, and there's fecal matter all on the bed.
What?
Supposedly, she threw her fecal matter in the bed. That was directly from him. I don't even know if it's true or not, but they were like, "Are you sure it was?" Because she said it was the dog, and he was like, "I know my dog's poop. I pick it up every time I take him out for a walk. It's not dog poop in the bed." Okay, so then,
What in the shit?
and let me tell you, I have a little bit of respect for the way Johnny handles things. So he has these areas where he goes away. He tries to take himself out of the situation. And a lot of people could say they hate on him, could hate on him, being like, you don't want to address the situation. But after hearing the way from his perspective, the way these fights and everything went,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he could do anything except remove himself from the situation. And we're talking about like he would go to rooms in the house, or even up to going to a hotel somewhere else and a house somewhere else. I mean, it was that bad. So
And he should have like receipts for that. He's like, "It's so bad, I wasn't even home. Like I would I would leave."
and so anyway, so there was a lot of stuff that he was saying that was just like, he talked about how when he was trying to hold her hands down, and it was alleged that he had butted her, but it sounded like she had butted him actually.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why he had some bruises on his nose and on his cheek and other places like that. I mean, it was pretty. You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember what was her name? Liza Minnelli, and what was her husband's name? Well, remember in their relationship, it got pretty public too. And it's been a decade or two, right?
Yeah,
3.
I can see his face, but I can't remember his name.
Right. I know the movie he was in. It was called Arthur 1 and 2. But he was
Dudley
a writer
Moore?
in the movie. Dudley Moore. There you go. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's him.
Okay.
Anyway, the point is in that relationship, he was also being abused by his wife. Liza Minnelli was beating the living daylights out of him, and blood and bruises and all this other stuff. It was just bad. So that's what this is sounding like. And man, at one point, as I'm watching this, and it is amazing to see. It's just like they do in the TV show. Every time Amber's lawyer tries to ask certain questions, his lawyer is objecting it up and down the lane all day. It is amazing. At one point, the first time that Johnny cracks a smile in the entire hearing since it started last week, she says there's an objection. The Amber's lawyer is like, okay, let me ask this a different way. And he goes, yeah, so it can just be ejected again. Sure. And he laughs at that. And people started laughing at that too. And it was like, on Extra, they were like, yeah, he that's the first time he smiled throughout the whole thing. He cracked a joke in there. But she has not taken the stand yet. He's got a good lawyer. The thing is he just has mounds of, I don't want to say evidence, but testimony. Lots of people who are coming forth saying, things that would be like, okay, maybe he was really quick to get what do you call it? Like, he got blocked on a lot of movies and stuff. Disney fired him from doing the Pirates of the Caribbean 5 and more. There were supposed to be like 3 or 4 more movies after that, and they fired him and didn't come back. So
Joanne has a question. Did he not go through the same thing with his first wife? Seems like I heard something about this.
So he was married to Winona Ryder, and I cannot remember the other woman's name. I don't know which one was first or second, but both of them have come to support him and been like, that is not the Johnny Depp we knew. Individually, separate from each other, they're like, we support him. It's just ludicrous. They're like, that's just not him.
Right.
And so, I mean, it's entertaining to watch in a way. In a way. I hate the idea that, Kim the Kardashians type stuff.
It's crazy that you like this, but you don't like Tiger King. Because it's a train wreck. This is a train wreck.
But okay, so here's the reason though: is I initially started watching this because I was interested in the courtroom.
The part of it.
I hate
the
song
legality,
and dance.
Yeah.
Yes.
The legalities of it.
Yes. I was just interested in knowing. Like I've been looking up things all through the trial. Like I'm like, what does objection really mean? What does sustain mean? What does how does all that work?
Nothing like any TV show. Like
right. Yeah.
There's no movie that matches what really happens in the court.
And people are amazingly cordial, actually. I'm not going to lie. I've seen the judge. I've heard the judge laughing numerous times like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Well, I'll correct it right here. Is there any objections? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay. Or when one of the lawyers is presenting evidence or documents to be put into evidence, they're like, the judge is like, okay, I'll put that in. Is there any objection? And the lawyers will be like, no, that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's like, huh. Kind of felt like there was a little bit more to it, but
like the rules of engagement in the courtroom are a lot more tame and calm, and there's usually not a big grandstanding about or anything like that. So you're not even allowed to walk and get close to the witness. You're not allowed to approach.
And let's not forget last week that Amber's girlfriend was removed from the courtroom altogether for not just the day, but for the entirety of the thing because of this crazy Instagram post.
Something,
she manipulated the events so that the person who was testifying, Amber's lawyer, had gotten this image from Amber's girlfriend and went to the judge, and they were like, we need her to stop because she's posting to Twitter live right now.
Mhm.
And they're like, see, here's the picture. And the comment even said something about, support Johnny. It was obviously related to a courtroom, whatever. But they found out later that that was from the last year's court appearance that he made in Britain or the UK. And that's what was going on there. And so the judge made a decision based on information that was wrong. And she was like, she's not coming back in this courtroom. And it was so funny because the lawyer for Amber Heard was like, I can't speak to this. I don't know. And she's like, you don't need to know. I'm telling you, she cannot come back in here ever.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd it go?
I know. It's like I was about to add him. So yeah.
So anyway,
that's like the biggest type of circus thing that's ever really, and I think he should hold her in contempt.
We'll see, because it's a what do you call it, like a high profile whatever. So I'm wondering if no one's just, you know what I mean, they're not going to do anything to people because of how much profile. What was weird and it was crazy and a little bit true, if you didn't know, Johnny Depp has a thing for alpacas. He absolutely adores them. That's his animal of choice. Okay. The lawyer, Amber's lawyer, at one point had asked him something. It's like, I don't remember what it was exactly, but it stuck out to me because he was like, so no amount or 1,000 alpacas and whatever else is never going to make you happy. You were scared about this or whatever. And it was just this weird, like, I was like, okay. I don't know. Like, okay, so it was just weird. I just had to point it out because I was just like, I was scratching my head at that point. I was just like, okay. And so his fans have been bringing alpacas though outside the courtroom.
Right. So this is a defamation case. So really,
yes.
No one's going to
not
jail.
Defamation.
Is it?
So it is. There's a difference, and I cannot remember, but it's libel, right? So the difference between libel and defamation is spoken versus written.
I thought it was libel and slander.
Maybe you're right on that one.
Yeah.
But so we hear in the radio program, or you know what I mean, wherever we're watching this, we hear defamation, but like I've heard when Johnny's talking about it, he keeps saying libel.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't remember.
I think libel
that part.
is written, and then slander is like spoken, and I think defamation is where it leads to something where they lose out on something.
Oh, like maybe if they lost the job or
right.
Money, some sort of monetary
right.
impact to their life. Okay.
Right. So,
Jhmeid, where are you? You could come back in. I don't know if your computer just shut down or something.
I was like, we need another.
We're just waiting for that break and
the professor to tell us exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because we're just here, just spouting out things.
We are, yeah. All right, so moving on real quick. Did you hear Ezra Miller?
Yeah. We're gonna need a new Flash. We need a new Flash.
Dude, we're gonna need so much more than that. This kid is just jeez. And
they just need to go through the time portal and pull a different Flash because this guy is. Why don't they pull the guy from the TV shows?
I like the guy from the TV shows.
They need to pull him and and tell Ezra Miller, see ya, peace out, because we can't handle this. Yeah.
So Ezra Miller last week got in trouble for some like fighting, basically, right? Mm-hmm. He had to go to jail, or not last week, but here in maybe 2 weeks ago. But he had to deal with all that mess and everything else, right? So he's out because he's a movie star. We know the rules don't apply to them the same as they do to us. He's in Hawaii, and Tuesday, he's arrested for second-degree assault at a private property.
I'm telling you.
Apparently, he attacked a woman there. That's all we know.
Yep.
But he was arrested for that.
Yeah. So he's been arrested twice in a 3-week span.
And it kills me because this kid is I think he's talented. I like his acting.
Yeah.
The only 2 movies he's been in is Fantastic Beasts, which is a spinoff of the Harry Potter, and he's been the Flash in a couple, 2-3 movies, right? DC Comics. What is wrong with you? 29 years old, and you're, you know what I mean? You're
flushing it down the toilet.
Yes.
Flushing it. He's flushing his career down the toilet. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be the next. Who played Tony Stark? What's his name again?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, he's going to be another Robert Downey Jr. He's going to disappear for several years. But Robert Downey Jr. was actually a fantastic actor.
every time he came out, he was a great actor.
Yeah,
he just
but he just
failed
had
with
so
that
much
white
trouble.
stuff, and honestly, this time around, he's been the longest he has successfully,
Yeah.
as far as we know, right? Because he has been taken off. You remember when he was on Ally McBeal for a while, and then all of a sudden he disappeared like abruptly. And they were using stock photos and images of him for the next season because they were like, maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. Man, that guy was in rehab and trouble galore.
Right, exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
So, but this kid, he has no cred like Robert Downey Jr. had.
Yeah, he has no cred, and so he's just gonna go and he's gonna be flipping burgers somewhere, probably in Hawaii.
Yeah. So Sandy's asking if she thinks he's on drugs. If the shoe fits, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's like, well, and and if his friends are watching this right now, please go to him and tell him, shape up.
Right,
please.
exactly.
People love him.
Needs to just smack him a good
Give
one.
him
Just
a
be
good
like, what
smack.
are you doing? What a maroon. What a maroon.
Okay, you ready for the next topic?
Go right ahead. Let's do it.
All right. What's today's date, Joe?
Blaze up. It's 420.
It's 420. That's right. As I like to say, it's Happy Weed Day because I live in Illinois and I don't have to be afraid of that stuff,
Let
right?
me tell you, my daughters hate it when I was like, if we happen to be in the times 420, it's like, blaze up! And they're like, shut up, Dad. Because I've never been high. I've never even drank. And so they just
come up here and we'll help you with that. With one of those at least.
Right, exactly. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Sandy, you're so close. You just got to get into the tip of Illinois, okay?
Yeah.
You're right there.
Oh, this is a good one. She said, Will might be itching to slap.
That might help get his career, his game in
crazy
check.
Things to people. Yeah, crazy.
It really does. I'm gonna do a sidetrack right here. We'll come back to
Joe,
420 in a minute,
I'm
but she
too
just
happy
reminded
for
me.
420.
I'm too happy.
How's that? Is that something that's bad? Is that bad?
Is that? I don't think it's bad, Joe. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Thing.
So, all right. Joanne reminded me of something I wanted to. I don't know why, but her comment: fame does crazy things to people.
Yep.
Not just fame, but other things. Now, I wanted to bring this up because it was a story I heard a week or two ago, and I was like, I'm going to just let it go, but I can't. It's driving me nuts. Okay. I heard a story of a young man who was going to college, who was doing very well in college. So well, in fact, he was going for his PhD in some crazy science field. He's Latino, which makes it more difficult for me because I always like to hear great stories about people in my culture who are coming up, right?
La raza.
Mi gente. So, but then the story came that he was working. One of the things you have to do to get your PhD is you have to work on a dissertation, which is basically you're writing your own book. And this dissertation has a theory or a something that you're trying to prove, or is proven. You just want to talk about it, but essentially you go before a board and you defend your dissertation from other experts in the field. And they hound you to make sure you know your stuff. After it's completed, that book, that dissertation or book, it gets filed into the college that you get your PhD from. So, for example, if you go to Texas Tech Library right now, you'll find Dr. Pineapple's dissertation in a book form in the library.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool, right? But this person stopped. They're working on their dissertation. They stopped going after their PhD. They got married. I think this was their first time being with someone I don't know. And so they got married and started a family, which I have no problems with getting married or started a family. But to not finish your PhD when you're that close.
Like that.
You're that close. You've got your associates, which takes 2 years. You've got your bachelor's, which takes 4 years. You've got your master's, which takes, again, anywhere 2 to 4 years after that. So you've already put 4, 5,
years.
6. Yeah. So they start adding up. And then your PhD. I just hope I hope we could get Will in there too. and help this young man or this woman, whatever, to get back on track and get their PhD. And then, then whatever else is fine. Because after
Well,
you get
you
your
know
PhD,
what? She could be an extraordinary woman. So she must be extraordinary to derail him from his life plan in order to go. So I'm just saying,
I appreciate you saying that, Joe. Actually, I really do.
I just think so. It just has to be, because there's no reason to go that far off course when you're right outside the harbor of your destination. So
He wanted to go into a different harbor, though, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's extraordinary. Is her name
I hear you.
Sunshine? Her name must be Sunshine.
Sparkles. I'm sorry, I should not be John.
she must be some sunshine. Let me tell you.
So anyway, I just had to get that off because I thought about it when I saw the.
So it's someone that you know.
I knew them at once, yeah. So kind of. I don't know them that well anymore,
okay.
if that makes sense. So.
Okay.
Or else I would volunteer myself to go in there and shake them around and be like.
Because I was about to do a Facebook search of your friends.
Oh yeah, you won't you won't find
Actually,
them there.
I wouldn't. I would tell the professor. I'd tell the producer.
The producer.
That's her thing. She loves hunting down people on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Actually, I think it runs in Sandy's family because Sandy likes to do it. The producer likes to do it, so they like to hunt people down, and they definitely are trying to find the Jhmeid.
I like over here. So John's like, I'm not sure.
I think that's for my 420 that I was too happy for 420. I think.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So then Sandy comes in, eyes looking small and red.
That's because I haven't slept, Sandy. That's why.
La raza be acting a fool sometimes. Ain't that the truth? Jeez.
Just so y'all know, I'm an honorary Mexican. Just so you know. I'm 98.9% Filipino, but I'm honorary Mexican.
So here's what John says. He disagrees with you. So here's what I didn't know about you, Joe, until I moved up here to Illinois, and even more so in the last 3 or 4 years, to be honest. I didn't know that so in the Philippines, if y'all guys didn't know, the Philippines was actually what's the right term to use?
A British colony?
Not a British colony, but they were occupied. They were occupied by Spanish, by the Spanish country for more than 100 years.
That's why we have Spanish surnames.
And that's why. So I started working with a lot of people, a lot of Filipinos, and I was just like, are they really Filipino? Because this is weird. Like, I see Rodriguez here, I see Peña there, I see all these Spanish names, and so I eventually asked some of them to help me understand. And I was like, I feel like your name is like my uncle has your last name. And then they told me, they're like, yeah, well, because Spanish occupied the Philippines for more than 100 years. So, and that's why I can understand some of their Tagalog. Thank you. Why some of the words sound similar to Spanish words. And so I was just like, okay. So I didn't know that you are more closely connected. I don't know how to say it. It makes sense that you would be an honorary Mexican.
Yeah,
I'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's why I'm really like Mexicans always gravitate towards me. So today, as I was leaving work, I was pulling out of the parking lot, and this car had stopped in front of me. This truck, and there was two ladies, and they were rolling this tire. I guess it had come out of their truck or something. They were rolling their tire out, and so I got out and helped them, and they only spoke to me in Spanish. So I was like, yeah, you want in the back of the truck? I got you.
Yeah. That's
So
like Dr. Pineapple. She's usually she can understand it pretty well. So yeah.
I just know that they were the one that was actually rolling the tire was a little bit older, and I don't think she would have been able to lift it into the back of the pickup truck. So I thought I'd help out with that. I'm a nice guy every now and then, and they were in my way, so I had to get them out faster.
You're like, I need to get to Whataburger. Helping you on is the fastest way for me to get that.
No Whataburger anymore, Mr. Pineapples. No
Sucks to be you some
Whataburger.
days.
No
I'm sorry.
Dairy Queen. No Whataburger. And no Raising Cane's. No.
So I'm sorry. Let's get away from all that. Okay. So we were talking earlier, 420. Today's 420. Everyone, this is Happy Weed Day. Okay.
420. Bob Marley Day. Yes.
And so, if you took a glance at any of the news today, you'd see that all the states that have legal cannabis had an excellent increase in sales revenue and tax money today. So
420 at 420. Blaze.
You're welcome, Illinois. You're welcome.
Very cool. Very cool. Not here in Texas yet.
Not yet, but we need to work on that. I'm looking for my post because I can't find them on my
Shut
website.
the front door,
What?
Cindy. She just said Raising Cane's has naked tenders. I'm doing that. And Joanne, please do not ever post this blasphemy on here again.
What did she say? Even. and Joanne, we know that, right? We know that Joe is notorious for not eating vegetables. He gets a plate of food, whatever the main dish is, chicken, spaghetti, pizza, ribs, whatever. If there's any green or colorful flavored stuff that grows from the ground, he's like,
try again.
Wipe that right off.
Yep. John, I can't be Mr. DQ anymore. And also, I don't take naps anymore.
But is that a good thing?
That is a good thing, actually.
Why?
I feel like I'm more productive.
Sometimes I wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning. No, 5 or 6 in the morning. And I feel the same way.
And who wakes up at 5 or 6 in the morning? That's crazy.
It just happens, man. It'll be like I feel like after we're done with the show, I'm gonna go right to bed. And if I do, but the problem is, I'll just wake up super early, and I'm like,
Joanne needs a Mary Jane. Just kidding.
Girl, you ain't got
Wink,
the kid.
wink,
Look,
wink,
let
wink.
me tell you, up here, it's nice. Everyone talks about it freely. It's just like, okay. It's as easy as saying, I want to go out for a drink. Except I don't like to smoke, so it's like I don't have my pills right here, but they're upstairs. But I'm just like, nice.
Okay, Mr.
Well, that was awkward. I bet you anything he accidentally hit the X, so it shut down his window.
That was weird.
What happened?
I don't know. I just got kicked out. I don't know why. That was weird.
It's because John kicked you out with that
Somebody's
old
trying to
man.
hack me. And then John Harville says it's because Joe's Americanized. Let me tell you how Americanized I am. I am all pizza and cheeseburgers, and I barely ate Asian food until I was an adult.
Are you serious?
I barely eat Asian food, so and you can't even call it really Asian food because it's sweet and sour chicken.
Oh, it's American
teriyaki
food.
chicken, yeah, teriyaki chicken and fortune cookies. That's pretty much all it eats.
It's like in America, right? It's like all the flour tacos or the Taco Bell. It's like I don't think that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's
it
how
drives
is.
me nuts when Dr. Pineapples is like if I'm making enchiladas, and she'll be like, "Oh, can you make sure to make mine with flour tortillas?" And I'll be like,
You're like, those are not enchiladas. Those are burritos.
"What'd you say?" Girl, you're lucky next month is 18 years because
Joe is American than me. I'm guessing more American than you, Mr. Harville. Yeah.
maybe
Hey, my name is Joe Baker.
Baker.
It doesn't
Joe
get any
Baker.
more white. The only whiter name than that is John Smith. Okay?
You're right. I think you're right about that. Actually,
Yeah, because if you were to look up, if you did a search for Joe Baker, that you'd find at least 150 of them. And so it's just funny how that people
Funny, like,
don't think that I'm white. And then also I have zero Filipino accent. So just like
Okay, let me go through a couple other things because I put hashtags. I want to make sure we cleared through them.
let's clear the hashtags.
Let's clear the
go.
hashtags.
Let's roll.
All right, Thor: Love and Thunder new trailer came out this week.
Watched
Did
it.
you watch? Did you like it?
I loved it. I think
Really?
It's gonna be awesome. Yes.
That's awesome.
It looks sweet. I love Thor. I think it's gonna be awesome. I am so excited for it.
The trailer definitely. Here's the thing: they always kick it with the trailer. Someone messaged me and they were like, "I wish they would stop revealing so much in the trailer." And I'm kind of like,
they don't. And
I'm with you.
They mislead you all the time too.
So remember in Spider-Man, the most recent one, they had Spider-Man jumping out, and he was facing 4 of the enemies, and it was when they were in the rafters or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, in the real movie, that scene didn't exist. It kind of did, but in the movie, they filled in the other Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus also, who wasn't in that original trailer.
Right.
But they're always doing stuff like that to mislead. If you remember the Deadpool trailer, Cable's arm was green. It wasn't the cyber thing. Right. And he ends up commenting on it later. He says, well, the FX department didn't have everything ready to go, so we have a green arm. There you go.
Wow. And then, and the scene where the Avengers team is walking before they time travel, there's people that are left out in that walk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like trailers really whatever. Let me tell you, though, it was really cool to see some of the trailer had scenes from the comic books that were directly, it was like, that looks
big
cool.
creature that was dead.
So the big creature.
Yeah, that was really cool. And it was like a direct, it looked
almost it was really
cool. Except
it's a giant beast.
The stone guy. What's his name?
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
But it's the director who voices him. The director, whatever, Waikiki.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a funny guy. But then the kicker of the trailer is at the end when we finally get to see, and it was never a big secret, but we get to see Jane Foster as Thor.
Right. And she looks buff.
She does, doesn't she? Her arm was like, I was like, dang.
She looks buff. Yeah.
So, and when I was pausing it, and I was like, that's hard to see that's actually Natalie Portman, but it is Natalie Portman.
Right.
And so I was like, but I can't wait to see it. I was going to pull it out. I didn't, but I've got a comic book where it has both Thors, Jane Foster Thor and the regular guy, and they're on the cover. But
I'm glad that they still have the Guardians of the Galaxy in it too. So I think it's going to be good to have them.
It's going to be funny. It's going to be freaking hilarious.
The part where he's talking about the people he loves, and he's. It's funny. So, have you watched New Rockstars? Do you watch New Rockstars?
I don't know what that is.
So it's a YouTube channel, and the guy's name is Eric Voss, and he breaks down all the trailers, all the shows and stuff like that, and they do some deep digging on stuff. He even will break down the music. So it's a good, in the trailer they used Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, they did.
And he broke down the lyrics and said, check out these lyrics match exactly
the scenes.
And so it's really good on how they, why they chose this song for the trailer and stuff like that. But I'll send you to it. But yeah, New Rockstars, he's my anytime something nerdy comes out, I'll go to that channel, and they'll break down full episodes. They broke down full episodes of Moon Knight and movies,
which I still haven't seen yet. I need to watch.
Yeah, it's awesome. Definitely gotta watch it.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Gotta watch it.
All right, cool. So then we're going to be watching it. Next one, and I did this one specifically for Sandy. So I was looking. There's a website that I go to where I look at. It shows me what's being searched today or yesterday. Anyway, it's a plethora of data. Basically, is all it is. It's enjoyable, right? There's a cacophony of information there. Okay,
a smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord. Yes. So I go in there and I look, and John Wayne Gacy shows up. Sandy, tell us who John Wayne Gacy's alternate name is also in the comics, because I couldn't remember that one.
Not in the comics, in real life.
I said comments.
Oh, in the comics. I thought you said in comics. He doesn't have a comic book.
Well, and there is a character based on him,
right? Yeah.
Almost verbatim in Spawn, and he gets anyway. So John Wayne Gacy showed up today, and lots of people have been searching him. There's about 50,000 hits on him today, mainly because there's a new Netflix documentary out on John Wayne Gacy. So Sandy, I know that's your forte. I don't know if you caught it. Maybe you did or didn't. I don't know if it just released today, and that's why he was showing up in the search trends. But I give you that. I thought if you're going to be on here, you'd be able to talk more about it. But
yeah.
So anyway,
but she needs our help. So she needs our help. She asked us a question.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
help me decide it. A boat ride or Elvis show to do while in Branson?
Elvis. How is that I say Elvis. Like, how often do you see Elvis in Lubbock?
Right, exactly.
I'm just saying, you can get a boat ride in Lubbock. You can't get Elvis in Lubbock.
That's true. Well, so on the boat ride, they're going down the Missouri River, so that might be cool.
Come up to my neck of the woods. When you get to Peoria, let me know. It takes me 45 minutes to get over there, okay?
Wow.
So
I think I'd go for Elvis too, especially if the weather's cold, like you said. I don't need to be riding in a boat when it's cold because
what do you mean it's cold?
It's
I'm
much
looking at the
colder in a
temperature.
boat.
Let me see the temperature right now.
Let me see
It's 50 degrees right now. That's good.
Joanne says, Sandy, depends on the weather. Cold, go for Elvis. Hot, go for the boat ride. Yeah, that's good. And Sandy said it's going to be 75 tomorrow. Which
Sounds like Elvis weather to me.
In a boat, it'll be like 65, especially if you're moving pretty fast.
Yeah, because that water,
yeah,
it'll just cool. And it's windier up here. Well, not windier. That wind will kick up the cold water, so it gets cooler.
Yeah, he researched for you, Sandy. That's
researched for me.
Yeah.
Who did?
The John Wayne Gacy story.
Oh, yeah. Because I care about you, and I saw that, and I thought it was
interesting. We know, since it seems like Sandy's not answering, who was John Wayne Gacy known as?
Not Bozo the Clown.
Not Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That movie is highly underrated, but it's so good. It's so creepy.
It's so creepy.
I really don't know his name. That's why I was needing Sandy to help out. So if anybody can help us out,
I thought it was the clown killer.
It is a clown. Yeah, I
can't
Pogo
remember.
the Clown. There you go. That was his alter ego. He was Pogo the Clown. I don't even want to talk about what he did because that's not for this show. I know we said we were going to go a little above PG-13, but I'm not ready to go there yet. Okay. All right. Moving on.
Pogo Clown.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last hashtag I have is comics, and that's for me because I get to do. I love to show off. I love to show off my comics. Okay. So today I'm going to keep it a little.
Sandy
nice.
said that he would show his Pogo or Patches.
He showed his Pogo. Oh, that's just so messed up, right?
Yeah.
All right. So check this out.
Nice. She's got
Supergirl.
abs. That's $8.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. But this is my Michael Turner. You know, the artist who passed away in 2015. I've been trying to recollect some of his stuff. That's one.
Okay.
Check this one out.
That one's really cool too.
Isn't that just cool? Yeah. It's Supergirl in space with Crypto, and they're just playing around out there. Actually, it's a missile crisis. Not crisis, but taking the warheads of missiles off. That's what those covers are. And then another Michael Turner Supergirl.
Very cool.
He just does such amazing work. I lost a great artist. So,
can I tell you what I'm streaming?
go for it. That's a good one.
Let me tell you what I'm streaming.
Ted Lasso's season 3.
No.
Dang it! Really want that.
I've been watching Space Force.
Is it good?
It is actually fairly funny. It's pretty
Is that
funny.
the?
So it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Parody?
It is a parody of our number 45 wanting to start a Space Force. And they actually
Steve Carell, right?
Steve Carell is
Okay.
the general. His name is Mark Naird. General Naird. He becomes the commander-in-chief or commander for the Space Force in Colorado. The base is in Colorado.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's got some really cool commentary that's not supposed to be commentary.
Is it like Office at all? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
is the camera following him, or it's just a movie?
It's
or
just
show?
It's a series.
Okay.
So he's trying to do things because 45 is wanting him to get boots on the moon. And so that's his thing. He's got to rush, and then they find out that they're behind in getting boots on the moon, and so they have to do it, and it's just funny. But this is the thing about it. It really has a really good heart to it. It's not just a whole satire of the Space Force or anything like that. It's really good, and it reminds me of Ted Lasso, but it's just not as well done as Ted Lasso.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you
but
ever?
It's funny to watch in some of the things they do.
Okay. I want to stay on this topic as far as what we're watching. You guys in the comments, put what you're watching and what you want to watch, or what you've heard about, and you want us. Maybe you want us to review a show that you want to watch, and you just don't want to check it out without us telling you first.
Right.
Put that in there.
Yeah.
You told me about Ted Lasso forever, and then I finally went ahead and watched it. I gave you 2 shows. Did you watch either of those yet?
Which shows were they?
Lovecraft Country, which is a horror show, but based during Jim Crow era laws, and it's heavily in there. Both are. And if you don't know about Lovecraft is H.P. Lovecraft, so there's a lot of Cthulhu and the old gods and crazy monsters, and it was ridiculous. The other one was For All Mankind. You remember what that one was about?
I do not.
For All Mankind it's funny because you're talking about space farce or whatever it's called.
Space Force.
This is not an anthology, periodical. It's a reimagining if America did not land on the moon first, but if Russia did. And so we don't have a Cold War against Russia. We have a Cold War, or we have a space race with Russia that we're always losing. So the first season takes place in the 1970s. And you see how we're just not even neck and neck. Like Russia beats us there. And it's a drama, and it's so good. And I did the same thing. Someone at work kept telling me, Jhmeid, you got to watch that. Jhmeid, you got to watch that. Jhmeid, you got to watch that. And then after like 6 months, I was like, I'm going to watch it. And I do not regret watching it, just like I didn't regret watching Ted Lasso. So the second season takes place in the 80s. So you jump a little bit in time, and you get to see the technology advance. It gets so intense. It's good. It's all drama. It's not a comedy. It's not and it's an Apple. It's an Apple. What do you call it?
Apple TV.
Apple TV show.
Nice.
It's so good. It's so good. The main character, one of the main characters, he was the military guy in the first Suicide Squad movie and the second one. He was in both of them, both Suicide Squads. Watch it. I feel like you want me to watch something, and I finally give it a chance, but you didn't do the same. So I feel like
I did not reciprocate.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
So it makes it feel like I don't give good recommendations.
So here's the problem. So most of the time I'm watching shows while I'm editing. So the shows that you gave me, I would like to pay attention to, and would need to pay attention to get the full value of that. So until my busy season is over, I can't do that. I can't put the time forth in those. But before that, I just forgot.
I was about to say, I was like, how long ago did? Because I feel like it was like at the beginning of last year, maybe,
so, like,
or definitely middle.
So before all that, I just forgot. that was my whole lead up to that.
So what's on your shows that you do want to watch eventually? What are some of the shows that you haven't got a chance to watch?
So I've
or
wanted
caught
to
up
watch
on?
HP Lovecraft Country. I've always wanted to watch that one. I just haven't, and I know that it's really deep. So that one's hard for me to kind of watch at the same time. But
yeah.
That one really is the one that
is on your radar.
That's on my radar. And then what you said about what's it called? For All Mankind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Have you watched The Queen's Gambit?
No, that's the chess one, right?
Yes. But
is that a movie or a series also?
It's a miniseries, and dude, it is epic. It's epic.
Really?
Yeah, it's really.
So I saw a lot of the press that it got, and it's interested me. I like the idea. It sounds good. It's about a lady chess player, and it's set in like the 20s or something like that, right? 40s?
60s.
Okay, 60s. Okay.
Yeah, it starts in the 60s, and because of that, chess had a huge boom. And in fact,
that's right.
Yeah, like they sold more. It's funny, like chess.com is huge, and if you go to the YouTubes and look up chess tutorials, they're huge. They get
the subscribers grew.
Yeah, and so it's crazy. And even like I've started playing more chess because I want to go back and watch it. And that show was what kind of. It's just we need to talk. Like we'll wait and save it, but
okay,
we'll talk about chess. I think was a good topic.
I'm going to
for
watch
the
it
next
so that
show.
we can do that.
Yeah.
John said, I want to see this, John. John says it's great. I did a session inspired by it. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I hear it, but I want to see it now.
The styling of this show is, oh my gosh. I've wanted to like do a shoot inspired by it too. So it's really, it's done so well. And the chess is a small part of it.
Okay. I want to watch this. Some of the shows that I had, I was happy to get Reacher off my watch list. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I haven't
really enjoyed it. It was so cool. And a lot of people who were commenting on it, they were like, man, and that guy, he played Aquaman in the Smallville series years ago.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's got buff. I mean, that man was
they
loaded.
said that Tom Cruise was not the ideal.
Yeah,
look
I heard about that
Richard.
too.
Yeah.
They were saying that this guy, I can't remember his name, but he definitely more closely resembles it and I've seen people who put excerpts of the book on the videos, and it's like, oh dang.
Yeah, he was supposed to be an imposing presence.
Yes.
Like
they're like when he speaks, it's like a cannon going off, and
right.
when you see his biceps, it's like boulders coming out.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, okay,
Right.
they got the right guy then.
Yeah.
It fits. So anyway, that's a good show. I also want to watch Peacemaker. I've heard nothing but good stuff on that, and it's a DC.
1 or 2 episodes of that, I think. I can't now remember, but yeah.
Okay, so there's that one. Peaky Blinders. It's a UK show. UK shows just generally are always great. This has 6 seasons on it. Each season's about 6 episodes, but they're usually hour-long episodes. And it's about the opium. It's not specifically on the opium. It's about this family's takeover of the opium trade in, I don't know where exactly yet. But the clips I see on YouTube, and it's like, I just need to watch this already. Right. It's so good.
Well, that's how I found Ted Lasso, was from TikToks. People were like, this scene is just amazing. And then I also started watching Yellowstone because...
Oh, that's right. I remember when you started watching that. Yep.
Man, Yellowstone is ultimate. Yeah.
There's a prequel that came out this year.
18 something. They're calling it 18 something, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sandy said she started The Girl from Plainville.
I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to look it up real fast.
But yeah. What else? So I watched 911 and 911 Lone Star and The Good Doctor. Those are my and the Rookie. Those are my 4 favorite shows.
Oh, I need to get caught up with The Rookie. The last episode I saw is when what's her name gets abducted. No, they save her from I can't remember her name.
She was buried in the thing. Yes. That man, you're a couple of seasons back then, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Nathan Fillion, man, he does a great. He's such
dude.
a great actor, man. I love him.
I do too. Everything he does, I love, man. Streaming on Hulu, the girl from
Plainville. The Good Doctor is a good show, yes, and that actor is so good too because he's not really. He really doesn't have. He's not on the spectrum. The Good. Oh my goodness, Mr. Pineapples is frozen. I was like, why is he not talking? so I'm here by myself, y'all, and 420 is about 2. Okay, good.
Sorry,
I was trying to feel.
So it's an American drama miniseries. It stars these people on Hulu. Portion of the series is
It's not real?
No. That's why I was when I left off, that's why I was like, what? It's a drama?
Wait. It's not true crime?
It's a dramatization of the events leading to the death of Conrad Roy and his girlfriend Michelle Carter's conviction for involuntary manslaughter. The series has received mostly positive reviews with praises going towards the performances.
Oh,
wait.
Interesting. So it's based on.
Ellie Fanning is in there. That's Dakota Fanning's sister.
Mm-hmm. And I get them mixed up. Because that's what I do.
Okay, well, when you get back, Sandy, you'll have to tell us a little bit more about that, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in hearing what more. I'm not going to read it because I'll leave it up to you.
Yep. Well, sir, I think we've had a good show.
I think so too. I like talking about this.
Sandy come in for a few jaunts.
For a few data bits.
For a few moments.
Yep. And we got to get caught up on the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and I always love talking about TV shows and movies and stuff like that. That's always fun for me, especially because I don't watch as much these days.
Right.
Got to show off some comic books. That was cool. So yeah, got a lot of stuff. So everyone, Monday we will return, and I'm pretty sure our guest is going to be Chef Casey. So she'll be
We'll
on
figure it out
Monday.
before then.
Yeah, we'll make sure.
Are
But
we sure
definitely
it's
next
Monday?
Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Monday, actually.
Okay.
Next Wednesday, we also have the astrophysicist coming to the show.
Shut the
And for you guys who,
Okay,
I
gotta rewatch Big Bang Theory.
Here's the thing: is I have been looking for a physicist since season 1, guys. Okay, when we had the whole idea about the dimensions of wellness, and we were talking about the spiritual wellness, and Nick was his name, came on. He said, I want you to find a physicist, or I want you to find someone in the science realm to come on and talk. And we're like,
Wow.
yes,
That
I've
man,
tried.
Our eyes
ever
are just
since.
going to be glazed over the whole time. 'Cause he's
But well, she seems fun. So I'm not going to reveal too much. She's a violinist also. She's just this genius.
Is she Asian?
And she's awesome. Okay, she's gonna be awesome.
I
So
think so too.
so anyway, come back next week, hang out with us. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and
Have a great weekend.
as usual, have a great weekend.
Toodles.
That's what we say. Let me find the right
Yeah,
out.
and then also you
Got it.
filthy animals.
You filthy animals.